We are a football loving family. And so when I saw this cute little cake from Pillsbury Baking, I was like, I gotta make that. So let's get started. Add any chocolate cake mix to a bowl. I'm choosing to use Pillsbury Devil's Food Cake. Then you're just going to add 3 eggs, 1 cup of water, and a 1/2 cup of oil. And then I'm just going to mix this all together. Now let's add our cake mix to our prepared pan. I have put some parchment paper down. I have also greased the sides of it. And I'm really going to fill this quite full because what I want is I want a really tall cake. Okay, so I'm going to use most of this cake mix. Instead of making like 2 pans, I'm just going to have it in one. I'm going to add a little bit more of this. I've preheated my oven to 350, and now I'm just going to put this in the oven and bake it for between like 30 and 35 minutes. And I'll be back. Okay, can you see how it baked up really tall, which is what I wanted, because I wanted to be able to cut it. And so I'm going to use the edge of the pan and keep my knife just going across the top, using the edge of the pan as a guide. And I'm going to cut the top off. When I was growing up, my mom was always making cakes. And this was our favorite thing. She would fill the cakes a little fuller so that they could bake up all the way to the top. You see that? And then we would eat this part. It was just the best. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my, what am I going to get? I'm going to flip it out on a cooling rack. That's what I'm going to do. Okay, so I'm going to take my cooling rack and I'm going to flip it over, and then I'm just going to turn this all the way over. And then look, because I greased the sides and then I used parchment paper, you can also use wax paper. It comes right off, and then you just pull this off. And you want to pull it off when it's warm or hot. Don't wait for it to cool off. All right, now we're just going to let this cool, and I will be back. The cake is cooled, and now I'm going to cut it right down the middle, and we're going to turn it into the cutest little football. All right, so you just cut it right here. You're going to cut it right here. Take the middle out. Push this together. See? How adorable is that? Now let's take some chocolate frosting and frost the cake. Now let's take some white frosting and make the laces. So how easy is that? So simple, right? And if you want, you can actually even use like a brownie mix instead of a cake mix. That would be delicious. Okay, everyone, for those of you who love football, I hope that that was something so fun that you might like to try. And so I'm just going to remind you to be stronger every day. Know that you can do hard things, and I'll see you next time.